Howdy everyone, happy Tuesday. Thanks for coming in tonight, guys. Thanks replay viewers, and thank you YouTube viewers for watching as well. YouTube, if you would like to watch live, you can go to the Periscope app and search for Penguin and Fish. I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. Hope y'all are doing well. We are going to machine applique around our block tonight. Oh, yay! Thanks so much for coming in tonight, guys. All right, I'm going to flip you around. Hey there! Happy Tuesday, all. So here is our block. We got this far on Sunday. I wasn't here yesterday, but on Sunday we got this far. So tonight we are going to we're gonna machine stitch all the way around the little tomato and the strawberry tonight, and all the little frills on it. And then I think if we get far enough on that, I'm gonna hand stitch in these two little needles. These are like the little tops of the needles, the little balls of the needles, and we'll with some silver thread we'll go in there. I know it's totally vintagey. I'm excited about it. I think this will be fun. We're just gonna do a zigzag stitch around all the shapes, just keeping it simple. And I'm gonna use this Aurifil 12 weight, which is a pretty thick, like actually a very thick thread. I've only used it one other time before, so we'll see how it goes. It may almost be too thick for this satin stitch look. We'll try a few things and see what we like. And I don't know, I'm still hoping for that kind of satin stitch machine, you know, the close zigzag around the tomato. So we're gonna give that a go. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery and a fabric designer as well, and I'm here most every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. Lately I've been having a class on Monday night, so that's why I wasn't here last night. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna flip you around, and we will get going right away. Let me know what you're working on tonight, how your week's going so far. All right, guys, I don't have the iron set up tonight, and I don't have the cutting board out tonight. I'm hoping it is just sewing, so I thought this would look a hair nicer. Ooh, we have some stains, though. Funny. All right, so here is our deal here. So I want to stitch, I have some red. I don't know if you guys can see it. So here's my red. That's also the 12 weight. But I don't know if you can see. So this is how thick it is compared to what we've been sewing the blocks with. So this is the 50 weight. I know, it's totally like a vintagey tomato. So look at the difference between the, let's see if we can get in focus here, guys. Sorry. Come on. There we go. So here is the 50 weight thread that we've been sewing all our blocks together with. And here's how thick this 12 weight is. It's approaching on a couple strands of embroidery floss. So that's how thick it is. You could actually really do a very pretty decorative stitching thing with this if you wanted it. It was thick enough. You know, I did change my needle, and I remembered that I had to change my needle when I tried to thread this, and it took forever. And so I switched to a quilting needle, which has a slightly larger eye, but just barely. If it gets too hard, I do have a jeans needle as well, which even has I think a little bit bigger eye. But man, yeah, I switched to a different needle. And with the bigger thread, you want a bigger eye anyway, because it's going to rub too much going through. So I don't know. I'm not super duper smart on the machine needles. So if I'm doing something wrong, spit it out and let me know, and I'll see what I got. I got a few various needles that we can play with. But for now, we're going to try and see how this goes. So here's what my plan is. I have the two colors. I have this kind of teal, which I think will be cute here, and my red for the tomato. I'm going to start with what should be the lowest layer of stuff. So I think I should probably draw these on. I'm going to do these lines first, because I want their ends to be covered over when I do the outline. So that's why I want to do them first, so my outline can be pretty and just cover right over them. It'll give us some time to practice too, I think, a little bit. And then, so I'll do, this will be number 1, these lines here. Number 2 will be the outline of the tomato and the outline of the strawberry. And then since I want the leaves to be the topmost layer, that's when we'll switch to the kind of teal, and we'll go over the top. So that's my strategy as far as layers first. So I'm going to just hand draw kind of generally where these lines are. There's 4 there. I'm not going to trace it or do it perfectly. I'm just going to kind of estimate. So let's see. I'm pretty good at eyeballing things. It's kind of coming down off from the middle thing here. So we'll do that. I'm just going to do like little gestures of what they'll be. This one can start here. So this will all get covered by thread. It's also a water-soluble marker, so I'm not too worried. I can always wet this down if I end up seeing it, but I think we'll be perfectly fine. We got this funny arch over here. The other nice thing is that this is kind of really shiny, the thread, so it's going to really pop off of this, and it's this bright red, so it's going to go with the bright red that we got going on in here, and it's going to just jump off of this brown, I think. All right, here's the last line. All right, I think those are decent looking arcs, so there we go. This was a little curvier, but it's curvier on the original design too, so I think we're fine. Alrighty, so let's just get over to the sewing machine. So I've not changed any of the adjustments on the machine yet, so I thought, I do have my leaders and enders here. I thought we could use those to kind of test. So I'm going to just throw one of these underneath. Now I'm looking for kind of like a tight zigzag, but a skinny one as well. So let's just scooch all the way over here. I don't know if you guys can see this. All right. So here's how I change my, I have my 2 dials. So this one at the bottom, this is how long the stitches are. So I usually have it at a 1/12 of an inch, which is this 12. So the closer I get to this 0, if I go all the way to 0, then it's just stitching in the exact same spot. So we don't actually want to veer too far away from that. We'll start like maybe there and see how it goes. And then if it's too far away, like if the distance of the zigzag is, if we see a gap, then I'll lower this. So we'll play with that. And then up here is the zigzag, and it's actually always permanently on the zigzag, but when I'm on this red dot, it's just zigzagging in the same place, which means it's straight, right? Oh, you got a Kenmore for you a second. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, this is my mom's sewing machine it's a Sears Kenmore machine. It's from the 70s. I think it was her first machine that she got in college. So I'm using it now. But yeah, so we're kind of always on the zigzag at this setting, but on the red dot, we're just, there's no size either way. So it's just going in the same spot, making a straight line. So it's these, the 1 through 4 is what makes it wide. So 4 is wide and 1 is skinnier. So let's see what a 2 looks like. And then this close stitching here, and we'll adjust from there. So that's my machine. That's how I adjust anything. All right, so let's get back over here and see what this looks like. All right, I'm just gonna give it a little test here. Ooh, okay, I can tell already that we need to be a lot, we're getting as too big of a length. So I'm gonna put that dial even closer to 0. Ooh, it's working hard. All right, let's see what that looks like. Ooh, that might be perfect. It's just pretty. We get a little bit of a zigzag. So there we go. because this is so thick, this thread, I don't think I have to go such a close zigzag. So I think this is really pretty. I think this is kind of just right. I like how thin it is because I don't want it super wide, but having it not all the way to 0, where I can still see a little bit of the zigzag, I think that's kind of pretty. It's kind of decorative. I mean, I could make it even go less, and then it would be like just a perfect straight line, but I kind of like this. I think let's just get going. I like that a lot, actually. We'll see what that looks like. So I'm going to just put this guy in the machine and get going. I'm going to go right on these lines first, and I'm probably going to stitch from here down to here, and then I'll just jump to the next line and go up, and then jump to the next line, and then jump to the next line, and then I'll trim them all. I think that'll work. One thing I'm a little worried about is that I'm going to run out of my bobbin before I'm done, because of the thread is so thick, you can't get a lot on a bobbin. So I'm a little nervous. I'm especially nervous for this blue because I already had this wound from a different project, and look, there's not a ton on there. So we'll see how it goes. I'm using Aurifil 12 weight. I think it's typically used for quilting, so you can get a really bold, decorative stitch that's really visible. But it is much, much thicker. Here, I'll show you guys again just because I think it's interesting. This is the thread. This is 50 weight Aurifil that we've been using for all our blocks, and this is the 12 weight. So look how much thicker it is. It's probably like 3 or 4 times as thick. And but you know, it's gonna be really pretty. It's gonna just jump off of our design, I think. So I'm one of the designers for the Splendid Sampler. My block was block 11, and as a designer, we got a bunch of Aurifil thread sent to us to just kind of play with and test for this project. They're one of the sponsors for the Splendid Sampler, so that's another reason I thought I'd test this out tonight. I haven't done applique with it or a little zigzag. You think I might need a stabilizer? I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm going to give it a go without one and see how it goes. I mean, we do have the thickness of the applique, so that's kind of like a stabilizer. So I'm going to just wing it. All right, I'm going to just try and slowly follow my line. I'm a little nervous about that. Although I suppose this goes very slow. I'm winging it. Let's get some curve in there. All right, I'm just gonna go, I don't wanna go past the line really, so I think I'm gonna stop right there. Oh, I gotta come up too. There we go. So let's kind of peek at how that looks. I think it's fun. I don't want to go up too high because I want to just jump to this next area. Ooh, I didn't check the back. All right, ooh. Yeah, our tension might be kind of crazy. So here, let me just look quick. I think we might just go with it, but because we're not really sewing pieces together, but I think we're pulling hard on the bobbin here. So in theory, we should tighten up this quite a bit, but you know what? I think I might just keep going. In theory, I should tighten my tension because then the top thread will pull at this at the bobbin thread a little bit more. But I'm kind of tempted just because it's decorative just to keep going. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's not holding things together, so I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I have the thick thread in the bobbin too. So all right, I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to say whatever. It's not holding anything together really. And it seems pretty solid in there, so we're just going to wing it. I don't want to spend tons of time. Yeah, it's not distorting it or anything. Oh, I haven't back tacked or anything, but I think we'll be fine. We're doing it this way. So far, so good. A finer thread for the bottom? I don't know, I haven't tried that before. Try a thinner for the bottom? We could try that. Should we just give it a go now? See, let's just do that for the sake of experimentation. How about that? So I'm gonna give that a try. We'll do the thinner thread for the bobbin and see what happens. Let me trim these first. So here, I'll just we'll trim these and then we'll run that experiment. I will be learning. I will be learning then. Good on ya. Oh, that's my brother's girlfriend says it all the time. Is that like an Australian thing? Because she says it all the time, and my brother has lived in Australia a lot, so he says that too. My stitch length is it's small. It's not big at all. I don't have like a good guide for doing that. My normal stitch length is a Canuck thing. That could be. My normal stitch length is about 1/12 of an inch. So on my machine, anywhere between, it just says the number 12, and then there's this big space, and then there's a 0. So I'm real close to that 0. I'm not quite on the 0. I'm just a little bit away. I had to just play with it and kind of test it out to see what stitch length I liked. But it has no number. It is very close to the 0th of an inch. Alright, so let's try the thinner. Ooh, I put it up on top here. We'll just give this a try. I've never done this before on the different weights of thread. So we'll see how that goes. Experiment. I like experiments. Alright. This guy has to stay there. Alright, so here's, just if you guys want to see, here's what it looks like so far. I think it's really fun. It's super shiny, and it's a little subtler than I thought, which is great. I didn't want it to, that's why I did it a little thin. I didn't want it to be like these big, fat, thick lines. So I think this is just going to be just right. And you do get a little bit of that zigzag feel, but it still feels close to that solidness. I think it's cute. I really like this thread for it too so far. So, all right. So far I'm happy, guys. So that's good. So let's see if this, which way should we go? Let's go this way. Let's see how this thinner thread on the bottom deal works. I need like a see-through walking foot. There we go, I think that's good. It is nice that I can take my time because it's so close. Oh yeah, this is totally making it look more like a real, like that tomato-y looking pincushion, isn't it? So that's usually how these pincushions are held together, right? Are these fun little bits here. All right, let's see how that did. I'm going to just trim it. I was going to jump from 1 to 1, but we've been kind of running this experiment. Oh, see, so now you can kind of tell. It's perhaps a little bit better, but you can kind of see it's still pulling quite a bit. Not as much as this was. This was almost full on going together. But you know what? This is kind of how machine embroidery does it, though. It has that thin stuff at the bottom, and it's, you know, on machine embroidery, it's supposed to pull through like this. It's supposed to grab the top a whole lot more. So we're going to stick with this thin stuff, and I don't know. We'll just keep going. I think this is going to work fine. Nope, it's not disturbing the front at all, so you're just right. No worries. Wow, I did this one wacky and crooked and off my line, but oh well. That's okay. Maybe it's easier to turn in this direction. we'll do that this time. Oh, good. I'm glad you're liking this. I'm trying to do something a little different for each of my appliques, and I haven't done this yet. I've done the. Oops, you guys can't see. There we go. I've done the iron-on applique before a few times for this, but I try to do something different each time, although I'm running out of ideas. Oh, that's cool, thanks. I like trying new things. But yeah, so for this, I haven't done, to me this is very traditional, maybe just because it's what I saw a lot growing up, but that the machine zigzag around the edges of applique, I haven't done that yet, and that's what we're doing here. Yeah, I mean, it keeps it interesting for me for sure, and I learn a ton along the way. So I like learning stuff. All right, so here I might just, well, nah, you know what? I'm too scared to just jump. Let's just finish one part of the process and then keep going. Ah, well, that's good. I'm glad I could be helpful in the learning area. Oh, I'm your guinea pig. Well, that's nice. I don't mind being the guinea pig. All right, so I'm going to snip these ends. So I snip the fronts first because then I can pull them to the back. Like you can see I have a little end popping out here, but I'm going to pull that to the back once I flip this over and trim the other side. You know what? I'm going to get my smaller. I have an even sharper and smaller embroidery scissors. This guy's like razor sharp guy. I love it. All right, so let's flip it over. So yeah, so now I can just let's see if I can get closer to show you. So like this one, see I have that little thread kind of popping up. If I pull on it from the back, it should pop it. Yeah, so see it popped it through a little bit. I can even pop another thread through, but I think it did it enough. So now the thread's in the back. So I'm gonna just, I usually do that all the time. So like here too, I'm just gonna pop it there. So now it's that thread's to the back. So now it's not gonna be on the front. And we're gonna cover it up with stitches in theory from this top layer. So that'll help too. But yeah, so here's another one popping out there. We're just going to pull that back thread and it'll pop it right out. Now it's on the back. So I do that every time. I pull those out first and then I'll trim the back guys too. And the back ones don't have to be perfectly they don't have to be right against the fabric. But I just want them short enough that they're out of my way. All right, let's stitch around the tomato. It's kind of funny that we can see it on the back too. All right. We'll do that. I think it was easier. Was it easier to rotate in this direction? I think so. For me, I think it was easier this direction. So we're going to start right on the end there. All right. And then we'll hop over and do this guy yet too. I think for this arch, we have this little thing here. I think I might put my stitch length, I think I'm going to use this color thread, and I'm going to put my stitch length back to just like a normal straight stitch, because, I don't know, that might be kind of cute. Then it'll look like a stitched, almost like a thin back stitched line. I think that might be the plan. We'll see. I'm not that far yet. All right. You turn the other way. I don't know if I have a one way or the other. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. That wasn't a good sign. It's stopping stitching. So, all right. Now I need to be careful. Uh-oh. It is pulling from behind. We might have a nest. Well, we'll see. I'm going to keep going. All right. Something ain't right. Let's try again. I don't know what's not right, though. I just didn't want to go. I'm going to try and snip these out and start over. I suppose I could just start where I left off, but There's barely any. Oh, well, that was easy. It just pulled right out, so fine. That was easier than I thought. Let's try that again. I think it was just mad at me. Okay. There we go. I'm totally concentrating on getting on this edge. I hope I am. We'll see. Kind of hard to see what I'm doing with this foot, but oh well. If it's a little off, then it'll just be more hands-on and cuter. That's what I think, at least. Alright, let me just lift that up for a sec. It's feeling kind of funny, but I think we're good. Whimsical, yes, that's what makes it whimsical. Alright, now I'm on this straightaway. Alright, I want to kind of check how it's going on here. Alright, I think we're good. I just wanted to check what we did so far, just to make sure I'm not going around this whole thing and it's crazy, but I think we're good. Let's get these threads out of the way. My threads from the back. Oh, I think I already grabbed it. There. Okay. An appliqué foot is helpful. Does an appliqué foot... is it clear? Oh, or is that the one that only has like the two little tongs coming out of it, like a foot like this, and then like just two little tongs? Is that what an appliqué foot looks like? I'm not quite sure. Alright. Okay, so it is just the... Okay, yeah, alright. I have a picture of that in my head. I'm not sure I have one of those, so... We're stuck with this now, but yeah, I could definitely see how that would be helpful, since I'm mostly guessing. So, I think, it'll be interesting, because I think, there's a lot more curves and a lot more crazy in this, in the top green part here, or the teal part. So, oh, the two tongues, I get it. So, that might get a little crazy. So it's good that we have practice on these red bits first, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But we're almost around this tomato. Alright, I think that got us there. Let's pull that out. Ooh, I went a little too far, I think. But that's going to be covered in blue. Alright, so I'm going to just snip that, and then we'll, you know what, I'm going to snip my threads off first, just so they don't give in the way. But then we got the little strawberry top to do. But here we are so far. It's sweet. I think, I mean, this look, to me, feels very vintagey, but it kind of feels like 70s vintage, or like 80s vintage sewing, or, you know, like some 70s appliqué. That's kind of what it feels like to me, but I kind of like that. My fabrics kind of feel that way a little bit too, so I think it's fine. I'm digging it. Alright, so again, I'm snipping the front bits off first. Yeah, 70s retro, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm seeing. I think that's kind of fun and silly though. So I just popped out that back stitch again. Or the stitch to the back. Alright. How are we doing here yet? I think as good as we will be, so. Alright, so again, here we go. It is just, it's wacky. But I like it. I think it's fine. All right, so let's go around the strawberry, and then we're done with the red. This is going quick. I didn't get the iron out either, so I won't iron this tonight, but this could use a pressing. Oh, someone did a pumpkin and an acorn. That's pretty cute. I saw someone did the strawberry, but then had a second one coming out that was like a little snowman. I think she was doing like a snowman or a winter quilt probably. All right, we're gonna go in the other direction for this strawberry. See if that helps. All right. All right, this is a big turn right here. Yeah, this is definitely good practice doing this red first, because this too, this strawberry, oh, you guys can't see, sorry. This strawberry has a pretty big curve right here on the tip here, to the point that I think I might have to lift and turn. And I think we're gonna have to do some of that. So I'm only lifting when I'm on the outside, so that when it goes back in, it's turning like a. Well, I suppose it wouldn't matter, but then it'll the bulk of it will be on the inside of the curve instead of the outside, so I won't have like a big zigzag on the outside. I'll have like a normal outside one, and I'll have overlap on the inside, which I think will look a little nicer. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to do that stop and lift turning for these leafy things. These must have a name. What are these called? Oh, she made a pumpkin and an acorn. Oh, that's cute. Alright, I'm gonna just do one more little turn here, and I think we're good. Some 70s vintage for sure. Alright, done with red. This is going quick, and that was totally my goal. Alright, let's snip the back. Yeah, I like that Halloween one. Oh, like the Bunnicula? Do you remember that one? With that appliqué bunny? But it was a vampire bunny. Did you see the block with the doily? Yes, that was so cute. I loved it. It was the vase block, the latest one, not the first one, not number 4, but number whatever recent, with the vase, and it had a little doily, and it was my doily from my block underneath, and I was like, oh, it's just so clever and cute. All right, so here we are so far. Now I'm going to switch to this fun teal for the rest of it here, and then oh, maybe I'll draw this line on now. You know what? I think maybe I should do that line first. I'll stitch this line. No, because I don't want to lose the size of this, so I'm going to just keep going with the zigzag. So I'll go around this first, and then this, and then I'll draw and stitch the line on after here, and then maybe I'll still draw on these lines too. So, all right, we're gonna just keep going with this zigzag. Oh, you did my hedgehog! Yay! To add to the sample piece. Oh, I have a paper piece block. Oh, that's so cool! Oh, I'd love to see that when you're done, Joe. That's too cool. Yes, I know her doily really looked like it was under the basket, and it was like what a doily is supposed to be used for, right? So I thought that was kind of neat. Oh wait, I don't need to change this. I just need to change my top thread because I'm using this thin thread underneath, which is awesome because I was worried that I wouldn't have enough that bobbin. All right, so let's attempt. I'm a little nervous about getting this thread into the needle. It took me a little while last time before I turned on the scope. That's why I was actually a little late for the scope. Oh, good night, Jean. Thanks for coming. Well, I was a little late for the scope tonight. Ooh, wow, I got a lot of red fuzz around here. But it took me a while to thread the needle. That's why I was late. Okay, so because I have so much fuzz, I'm thinking that my, you know what, this has probably been my problem too. I think that my needle still needs a larger eye. Like I probably should switch to the jean needle. You know, we could just do that experiment. Why don't I just do it? I was gonna be like, meh, but I'm here and I got needles. Or a top stitch needle. That's what I'm gonna use. Let's try a top stitch needle. Yeah, so because there's so much fraying, I'm thinking that it's not, it's rubbing up against the needle, and that's no good. And also, it runs down, there's this little part of the needle right here that the thread runs down, and if that's not big enough, it can rub too. So, all right, that's my quilting needle. Let's try a top stitch. I got all these needles from somewhere, and I learned about all the needles, but I still get confused at, ooh, wow, that's bigger, the sizes of them. Like, does it get bigger? Oh wait, do the needles get thinner as the number gets bigger? And then fatter as the number gets lower, or is it the opposite? Like, that's what I can never remember, and then I feel dumb. I know, I'm totally stuck with the needles, it's kind of crazy. Oh, well that felt good. It went in right away. Alright, I have high hopes for this top stitch needle. That felt so much better. So since we did change needles, I am going to just run a little bit of test on here. I suppose I could have lifted it up, but oh well. Alright, let's see what that looks like. I'm kind of curious on the tension. Alright, so this is what the teal will look like. I think it's pretty cute. Let's get in focus. Wow, my hands look wrinkly and dry this close. Alright, so that's that. It looks about the same. So I don't know. I don't know if the needle is helping, but maybe it'll fray a lot less. So what was it again? I missed it. So was it when the number goes up, the thinness goes thinner, or as the size goes up, the thickness gets thicker? It's something like in my head, it's one of those opposite things, so that's why I get confused. All right, let's start with. We don't know. Okay, that's okay too. Hand needles. Oh, see, now they confuse it even more. So hand needles. Okay, I'm confused on that too. All right, I'm a pile of confused right now. I'm gonna have to look it up. Oh, you know piercing and medical needles. All right, I'm gonna start right here. Let's see. Hopefully this goes okay. There's a lot of curves on this. I already not sure if I can see. All right, yeah, we need to scooch over quickly. You know what? I kind of wish I went the other direction. I'm feeling like I'd feel more comfortable with that direction, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna do a little turn here. And then we're gonna have to turn like a lot right away. And I'm gonna do one more yet. Okay, that was a tight turn. And you know what? I'm gonna trim this right away too, so it's out of my way. And I can actually pull it to the back right away too. And I'll trim it here. All right, we're trimmed. Now I just have to. Oops, sorry guys. Just have to finish going around. I'm thinking this will take a little longer than the red. There's a lot going on. All right. now I'm gonna rotate. And we'll go around here. I was lifting up my needles so I could see underneath. All right, let's go to the outside again and then rotate it a little. Now we're outside again, rotate it some more. And there, now we're back on track. That is a tight curve. Uh-oh, I think the machine's eating it. I pulled it a little, hopefully it works. Oh man. I think the weirder and clunkier this looks, I think the more 70s applique it's gonna look. So I think we're gonna be fine no matter how this thing turns out. This is where my eye is super close. I'm scrunching to see those zigzags. Yeah. Alright, we're just rotating all the way here. Oh, machine. Alright. We're gonna lift up here a bit. I think machine is eating it. Ah! Let's see if I can power through. Nope. Alright. We're stopping. Oh, no, machine! There we go. Alright, I'm gonna have to start that up again, but let's see if I can just pull it a little bit. So here's the machine was pushing it into the machine right there. I think we were just getting too thick. It's pretty thick thread. You need paper under it. Should I try that still? I mean, it's pretty. It's got all that thickness from here. So I'm not sure what paper is gonna really do. But let's give it a go. We'll try paper for that last little bit. I'm thinking the thinner thread in general, just like that shiny polyester thread, is probably what was used in the 70s a lot. So I think this is much thicker and nicer. All right, yeah, fine. We'll try some paper. Let's grab some of this. All right. We'll throw that under and see how it goes. This is pretty thick paper. Problem is, I don't think we're going to be able to rip it all out because it's thick and we're doing this close zigzag. But it does force it to work a little harder, so that's good. All right, let's end it right there. And your needle is going through the sticky under. Yeah. Come on. Just put another piece of fabric. Well, the thing is with this paper is that it's nice and thick. So I mean, if I put another fabric, I mean, I already have the like couple layers of fabric here. So I would like to think it's just, you know, when it got to this edge without all that fabric. But that doesn't look half bad. It's kind of wacky and fun. It's just so weird. This is feeling so old schooly, but like not vintage old, just like, yeah, it really is just kind of 70s old. It's just kind of funny. It looks like a little crown. All right, let's give this a go. I'm gonna, yeah, I mean, well, let's take the paper off of this first and see how well it comes off. And if it comes off okay, then I'll put it at least for this top area here because it is just the fabric and nothing else. But this has so much. I'm hoping that won't have a problem. So let's just tear this off and see how that goes. Disco tomato. Come on, paper. Yeah, that's not horrible. If that paper stays, that's not going to be the end of the world. I gotta, what should we get though? I need to be in the kitchen with avocado colored appliances. No kidding, that'd be hilarious. Wow, this is really pulling my fabric everywhere though. I kind of wish there was extra fabric that I could trim down when I'm done now, but we're gonna be fine overall. All right, we're almost done appliquing. I just have this guy to go yet, and then we're gonna do the little that little funny thread that this is hanging off of, and then I think I'm gonna hand stitch those needles. I'm not sure we're gonna get that far though. We might just have to make tomorrow, since we have a free day tomorrow. I didn't get two free days because I had my class yesterday, but I think we'll have a free day tomorrow because I'm gonna get this close enough. But maybe we'll make it like an embroidery day because I got a lot of embroidery to do yet, and we'll start maybe tomorrow with this hand embroidery for these two things. Then this will be done, and then we'll do the rest of the time tomorrow for one of the other embroidered blocks, which there are several I have not finished yet, so that might be a plan. Let's see, what would be a good start point for this? I don't know. Let's see. Maybe we end. You know what? I think I am going to do the paper. Actually, you know what? Let's start on the stuff that I know is thick enough, and then when I get this far, I'll slip the paper under, and then that's when we'll start. How about that? That makes sense, I think. And I was wishing I went the other way last time, so I'll start on this side. All right, and I want to cover up this red, so we're going to start it right there. It's early for you. Oh, you need to catch up on the blocks. Yeah, I need to catch up on the blocks too. Alright, we're going to start this turn process, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you're 2 hours behind. Yeah, California is perfect time for this. Yeah, it just gets sketchy on the East Coast. Then it gets kind of late. When we lived there, that's what I always hated. Like all the late shows were on so late. Our visitors. Oh no, 3 weeks behind. Yeah, that's a ways. That's a bummer. All right, we're on the next guy. The next little leafy. A little bit more. It might have been eating it too, because right on this edge, I think I said this out loud. I might have just thought it, but it's pretty bulky right on the tips here. Oh, LaShonda, you're in California too. I don't think I realized that. Oh, lots of sea airs. Oh, Santa Cruz Mountain's nice. Oops, I want to go to the inside this time. I lived there for a year or so in the San Francisco, north of there, about an hour. Did you see the Pat Sloan is? Oh, that's cool. I'll meet up in Syracuse to mark Block 50. Man, Block 50's coming out. Isn't that coming out soon? That's just crazy. That's cool. Man, this is going to be halfway done already. Ooh, San Jose. It's toasty there. My husband was born in Santa Cruz. Oh, that's neat. Where's Tracy? That's another nice warm area for sure. Oh, redwoods, that's nice. Oh, hi from the UK, east of San Francisco. Oh, that's that's not, I'm a little bit, I know that area a little bit. Remember when you panicked about having 70 left? Yeah, that is a good point. I did panic. I think I was at like 15. For some reason, the number 15 stands out. 15 done, but I had laid 15 out on my table. So I laid 3 rows of 5. So just like 3 rows of 5, and then I realized that, oh, this whole thing is going to be 10 rows wide, not just or 10 columns wide, not just the 5, and 10 down, not just the 3, and I freaked out a little bit. It became an overwhelming project all of a sudden, which was just silly because it was like a subconscious reaction because I had already committed to doing all of them, you know, but just the idea of a project that big and a commitment freaked out my body. Like, it reacted, and when I noticed the reaction, and I thought that was just odd. But yeah, I'm feeling better about it now. We're reaching the halfway point. I'm like, okay, we got this. We're already halfway done. All right, we're almost done with this guy too. Oh, you know what? We're on that outside area. I think I'll slip this paper underneath now. Or should we risk it? I think we better do it. It's kind of stretching out things on the top end. All right, paper's underneath. Gotta peek under to see again. Oops. That went one more than I wanted it to. We're gonna do a full turn. Ooh, 7 hours difference. Yeah, you're up super early then. That's awesome that you made it live though. That's super cool. Alright. Oh yeah, this is, I don't know, any sewing related thing I feel like I gotta put the kitties in. There was another one. Oh, the sewing machine one. I put the kitties in that one too. Later, really early. Yep, I guess. I would rather stay up than get up at 4. Yeah. That's when we got up when we went on the New York trip. We had to be up at 4 for our flight. That was unpleasant. This bright teal is so fun. Alright, we got 2 itty bitty more little things on here yet. This is really making this pop for sure, this the teal stuff, this making these little frilly tops. Veggie tops pop. Alright, last one. That wasn't that hard. I think the paper definitely helped. So we'll tear the paper off, and then we'll change our stitches back and work on, we have to draw on the little threads here. But we'll get all the machine stuff done today, and then we'll come back tomorrow and do the, I want to hand embroider the pins with my metallic floss, so we'll do that tomorrow, and work on other embroidery projects that we need to finish. Alright, and I think we're back around. Let's check it out. Alright! It's silly. I like it. Alright, let's trim him up. And then I still want to stitch that line on tonight. Then I don't have to get the machine out at all tomorrow, which would be awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot about the paper. Let's tear that off first. What about the block from Sunday? This is the block from Sunday, or that 2 blocks ago. Oh, the block that I didn't start. Yeah, I suppose we could do that too. You know what? That's probably a good idea. Oh man, but I'm gonna have all this embroidery out. But that's kind of some hand work too. I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll start it tomorrow. But if I just feel like doing embroidery, then we'll make it. Yeah, there's the pencil too. Well, you know what? I think it's gonna depend on where. I think we're just gonna. I was gonna do the pencil, but since I am gonna do this little hand embroidery and it's getting later into night, I think we'll just make it an embroidery day. Let me look at the hexy one though that I haven't started yet. That one seems like it's a pretty fast one though too, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. I'll take a look at it. That one does. It's just a couple hexies, and they're all kind of sewn down. So that might be a 1-day project, maybe. So that would be cool. I'll take a look at it, and we can decide tomorrow. Or yeah, I'll decide sometime tomorrow. Okay. So let's finish this up, sort of, except for that hand embroidery. So I want to do that little arched thing yet. So let's get rid of more of these scraps. So here it is right here. Oh, it crossed over to there too. I'm gonna have to jump to do that, but that's okay. Maybe I might just have it go more towards the center because I don't want to leap over that leaf, and we're kind of pretty bulky there anyway with all our stitching. So I don't know if it would be seen anyway. So I think I'm gonna just come in right here. I'm gonna just wing an arch. So we're kind of starting here. I want to end it here. We'll start it a little on this side. I kind of like that better. All right, where did I end? Right here. Okay, I'm gonna just sketch it in arch. Wing it. All right, there we go. Yeah, that looks cute. That'll do, I think. In theory, it could come down there. Let's arch it up a little. All right, so I'm going to stitch it with the blue. I could do it with the zigzag still, or should I do it? I think I'll do the thin line, since I was thinking the zigzag would be fun, then it'd be really thick and you'd be able to see it. But since I'm going to do different stitches for this, maybe it'd be a good idea to do a different stitch there, so this isn't the only weird thing. Maybe it'd be more congruous to be doing something different here too. So I think we'll switch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my machine, they put the arch in a weird place though, I thought. Yeah, like it should kind of go in the center here, but I don't know. Whatever. I'm kind of going with what's here. So yeah, so I'm going to put my machine back to the straight stitch so I can kind of show you how I do that again. Yeah, I don't have any of those fancy stitches on mine, Cora. Like I am very limited in what I can do there. So I'm going to just do a ooh, wow, I must have moved here. So I'm going to just get this all back to normal. So this was almost on, oops, you guys can't see. There we go. This was almost on 0, so I'm going to put that back. Well, this could be like a longer stitch, so I'm going to put it on a 1/10 of an inch stitch. And then this has to go back to the dot, which makes it a straight stitch again. This is how wide it is. So I think we were on 2. We need to go back to the orange dot. So, all right, we should be good to go. Oh, we have the other thread in though. Oh, this is a no frills vintage sewing machine. Hey, this sewing machine came out when this wacky 70s looking block came out. That's what we got going on here. Yeah, it's basic, but it's really sturdy and stuff too. I mean, it's lasted forever. So I'm going to do a little test because ideally I don't have to switch out the bobbin. I'm going to see if I can still use this thin thread underneath. So let's run a test on this one. Because ideally I hate switching bobbins, so hopefully this will still work so I don't have to deal with that. All right, we're going to be up to speed again. So I did make a little bit bigger stitches, so, ooh, that was odd. Well, that didn't work at all. The the bobbin thread completely pulled out. So, all right, we're gonna switch to the thicker. That's not gonna work for the zigzag. That was pretty crazy. Glad we did a test. So now let's get this working. Get that in all the way. Yeah. All right. There, let's see if this works here better. I could get away with it with that zigzag, but I can't get away with it with this straight stitch because there's less to grab onto. Wow, that is still really bad tension. Like super duper bad. Which makes me think something's going on wrong in here somewhere. I might just try rethreading it and see how that does. Whoa. We'll rethread both. So I used this on that quilt that I made a while back. Yeah, I'm going to try rethreading the top next. Ooh, that already feels tighter though. Weird. Did I put that in right this time? And I need to pay closer attention. Hold on here. Oh my goodness. This thing's gonna roll off the table before I'm done here. Alright. There we go. Alright, that feels a little bit better. Yeah, I love this color. This is, let's see, does it have the labels of these colors on here? It is... Nah, it doesn't have a color. It's just a number color. I can tell you later, but let's rethread the top. Oh, I gotta attempt to get it through that needle again. Alright. Let's attempt to thread this. I think that end looks pretty good yet. Oh man, yeah, that top stitching needle, I don't think I would have been able to do it any other way. Yeah, the Orphil's just numbers. I like when companies have the really pretty fun names. I mean, a lot of those companies still do a number, so, you know, it's easy, like, for a spreadsheet, but, oh wow, this is looking frayed and weird. Huh. I don't know what's going on. Let's give it a try again, though. It's fun how others are posting pictures of this black. Oh, with their pincushions, I know. You know, I don't really have a nice pincushion. I mean, this is my pincushion. It's one of those magnet ones, and I dropped it, so it broke in half, so I have, like, packing tape holding it together for years and years. So, it's boring, my pincushion. Alright, where'd my little tester go? Here we go. Yeah, see, I could pull that bobbin thread right out. So that ain't gonna work. Top stitch needle is a thick string needle. Oh yeah. Yes. So we are using a thick string. That's why I'm using the top stitch. Oh, it's still not catching at all. I don't really want to make this tighter. Well, maybe it does have to be tighter just because it's... You know, Weeks Dye Works, they have the best names. All right, I'm going to just up this tension a lot and see how it goes. Maybe with this needle, there's a change. Well, that got it a little bit better. So here's the difference. I just upped the tension so that the top was pulling more, and here's the bottom now so that this beginning part looks good. This was the old one. I mean, look, that's not going to function. But this one looks decent. I might go a little tighter, but then I think we're ready to go. But yeah, I guess maybe this thicker thread needs some more tension, apparently. Does your machine default if you shut it off for a minute? No! Mine does not do anything nifty like that. It's fully mechanical, so I have to physically turn things to do things. Oh, I was going to tighten it a little bit more. We'll go up to the 9. Oh, that's a funny noise. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Alright, you know what? I think this is going to be the best we're going to get. I think I'm going to just lock it. So I'll do some back tacks at the beginning and end. But I'm calling it. This is what we're doing. I'm going to trim this so I can still use it. Alright. We're trying it. We're going to start in this direction. These guys over here. I just have to remember to put my tension back, and we'll probably have to test it again. Well, we're pretty high up because there's a lot of thickness here, so hopefully that doesn't make it too weird. Alright, back tacking. Alright. Oh, I might have to actually rotate this because my stitches are really big because I wanted that like long stitch look. So I have it on 1/10 of an inch, and I usually do it like 1/12 of an inch or a little smaller. So we're zipping right around. I got it. Listen to the turns. Oh, I think this is going to be just right, though. Alrighty. Another back tack. And I think we're there. Oh, okay, the back looks just fine. So we got the tension. Okay, so here we go. Cute, just a little thin line. It looks like little back stitches almost. Oh, I got off my line a little bit, so I'll have to dab all this down. But there we go. And here's my back tension. Not too shabby. It's a little weird at the end, but that's okay. That's why I wanted a back tack. So let's trim this, and I will draw the lines on this for tomorrow. And oh my gosh, we got way late again, man. I thought we were going on time, but I think all that tension stuff messed me up a bit. So all right, I'm gonna draw these straight lines on for the embroidery tomorrow, and then we'll for sure do the embroidery on this tomorrow, because then I at least have one block done, right? Only over by 10. Well, I try and not be over by 10 every night, but you know, I actually try and have it be I used to have these like around 50 minutes, but then it got to be an hour, and then it got to be longer than an hour lately, so. All right, so we are almost done. I'm gonna just draw these lines on quick. These will be our pin lines. I'm just totally eyeballing this. I'm gonna stitch it with silver thread. We've been using a bunch of, we're gonna do a bunch of, or I have a bunch of blocks that use that silver thread already, so I'm going to just continue with that. I think it'll be cute. So, alright, here are my little lines. And I'll show you the thread already. I'm not going to do the stitching tonight. That's a little too much. We'll go over way too far. But here's my silver. It's like super silvery. So we'll do like a back stitch or something. Maybe just a back stitch, because then it'll kind of match this little line. But look, it's going to be shiny and silver. But yeah, so we will do that tomorrow, along with probably some other embroidery, unless I decide to do that block. Yeah, keep crafting till I'm relaxed. For sure. We'll be here like, well, no, I'm relaxed now. I don't know. I'm always relaxed when I get get stitching. Well, all right. We did have a bit of a jumble up in here, and I think that distorted it a little bit, but we learned from it, and we picked up the pace after that. But look, it is so 70s looking. I mean, with all this fabric, too. I mean, you know, this one especially, too. It's just kind of funny. But there we are, guys. All right, I'm going to flip you around, and we'll wrap her up. Hey there. Okay, I just had a freak out. I thought I wasn't recording tonight's scope, but I did. I just checked. So here we go. Cute little tomato pincushion. Yeah, I'm excited to get that silver in there for the pins. That was fun. We haven't done that yet here. Just that straight up. Here's the back. It's kind of fun to see. Just that straight machine zigzag. Sorry, guys. This will go up on YouTube tomorrow night at Penguin and Fish Movies. So youtube.com/penguinandfishmovies. And if you subscribe, you'll get an email for it, and then you'll get it. But thanks for hanging out while I experiment around and play with things again. And thanks for your help with the paper and everything, too. So, all right, guys. I will catch you tomorrow. I panicked again. I thought it was a new block day, but nope. We got basically a free day tomorrow, so that's lovely. All right, guys. Thanks again for hanging out here. I will see you tomorrow.